It's time for another day of Udom. Everything we do is magic. Today, we're entering into, well, actually, today is the first day of winter, the winter solstice, the first day of Yule. What does that mean? Stay tuned and find out. So, what is Yule? Yule is the first day of the winter, is the day of the winter solstice, the first day of, of winter begins Yule. This year will run from today, which is December 21st, through January 31st. A 10, 11 day cycle, I think it is, 12 days maybe, period. But what happened is ancient pagan cultures, they observed the changes of the season. And during this time, the sun actually sits in the same position on the horizon from our perspective for 3 consecutive days. Now, in ancient times, whenever something sat still for 3 consecutive days, it was deemed dead. So the sun was deemed, quote unquote, dead. Now, keep in mind that when we talk about things like parable stories, Bible stories, uh, mythology, it's all a grimoire. It's all a way for us to reconcile what is happening physically to in a way that we can understand. When they're seeing this happen with the sun, in order for those that come behind them and may not have the wisdom and the knowledge, or come after them, I should say, and not know have the wisdom and the knowledge to understand that yes, these 3 days will pass. They developed a mythology around it, a story around it, where the sun, and yes, you'll understand the connection, the sun was dead for 3 days. Now, what happens after those 3 days? The sun begins to rise. Hello, you connect the dots now, right? Well, the sun begins to arise on the horizon, and again, our days get longer uh, as we approach the spring and into the summer solstice. So, with that said, this is also the longest night of the year. Now, this has a deeper spiritual meaning as well, because this follows along with what we've been talking about the last couple of weeks. Out of chaos comes creation, because here it is, this winding down, and we get this feeling inside of us during this time of year that things are kind of dying, so to speak, and this understanding that even in nature, in all things, there is a cycle, and there's a cyclic season of winter when things begin to slow down and things appear to be dying. But, and this is why the evergreen tree is such a powerful symbol of the Yule season, there's always some life. There's always some energy. There's always, like the movie The Poseidon Adventure, the song The Morning After. There's always the morning after. It's darkest before the dawn. Again, all these stories are, and everything that we're going through actually is just to make us understand the deep rooted and the powerful symbolism of these seasonal transformations. Even Robert Frost recognized it. And I'll close out today by reading one of my favorite poems because it speaks to this same thing. It's called Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening. Whose woods are these? I think I know. His house is in the village, though. He will not see me stopping here to watch his woods fill up with snow. My little horse must think it queer to stop without a farmhouse near, between the woods and frozen lake, the darkest evening of the year. He gives his harness bells a shake to ask if there's some mistake. The only other sound's the sweep of easy wind and downy flake. The woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep, and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep. No matter where you are on your journey, no matter how dark it seems, no matter how it seems like, wow, there's nothing else for me, there always is. You have promises to keep to yourself. You have promises to keep to the universe, and you have miles to go before you sleep. Every thought that you've ever had, every idea you've ever had, every dream you've ever sent out into the universe, they all must come to fruition. Those energies must happen, and you, as their creator, must experience them. Have a good Yule season. We'll see you next week. Namaste.